your spirit becomes under Lordship automatically. When your spirit becomes under the Lordship, it becomes under the wordship of the Lord. The encounter of your spirit is a real encounter of redemption. It's a real encounter. It's a real encounter of redemption, of change. The only way that you can have a relationship with God is through your spirit. Through your spirit. If you can hear God, it's going to be through your spirit. If you can know God, it's going to be through your spirit. It's going to be through your spirit. God is a spirit. Jesus told the Samaritan lady that God is a spirit. Why don't some people get it? It's because of the flesh. A real encounter with Christ is going to automatically do something to your spirit, your heart, your mind. It's not just going to make you a good person or assist you to be a good person or help you be a great person. It has changed you, and the unfoldment of that change in your life reveals a good person, a good heart, a better person, a person that is getting better and better by the Spirit of God. God is not going to deal with the flesh. He's going to deal with the spirit. He's going to deal with the root. He's going to deal with the root. The flesh is just the outer covering of the spirit. In the flesh, what will happen in the flesh, it will start manifesting the things that are in the spirit, that has taken place in the spirit of that person, of that individual. To have an encounter with God is a spirit change. To have a spirit change is to have also a physical, mental, flesh change. A spirit change in one's life is like, open your eyes and saying, oh, now I see. Open your ears and say, now I hear. Open your emotions and saying, okay, I feel it, I understand. My instincts is kicking in. When you see people who drags off in the flesh with things that have them bound, especially if they tell you they like it. Most of the time, they don't tell you they like it. They carouse and they have excuses, but they are bound. But they don't think they're bound. The Lordship that has a worship begins to direct a person's body spirit towards where? Towards the Lord. Not towards the Lord in a physical way. That you see that? God is not here in the physical realm. He's here by His Spirit. So when you are directed to the Lord, you're directed to Him by the Spirit, in the Spirit. Paul says, you have been saved. You are in the Spirit. He says, now walk in the Spirit. Walk in what Spirit? The Spirit. You walk in your spirit that is changed by the Spirit of God. You walk in the Spirit of change. You don't walk in the spirit of excuses. You don't walk in the spirit of never changing, never growing, never coming to the place where that you're becoming more like God. See, Lordship. If a lot of people say, well, I want to know who's preaching the right sermon, the right word. Lordship would take a hold of you for correcting you, which means perfecting the saint for the coming of the Lord. Not covering you with excuses for the coming of the Lord, but to perfect you in the things that please God. Your spirit, it recognizes that if you are spirit-filled. It recognizes that. The very thing that I'm talking to you about now is, if you are saved, if you have the Spirit, it recognizes what I'm saying. If you're not, and you're listening, and you're like got a lot of confusion, a lot of things, it's something going on where there's no reality of your life has experienced the hand of God, the change. You have so many things going on. If you was under the Lordship of Christ, you will be under the Lordship of the Word. The Word will ring in your life. When the Word rings in your life, you will ring. You will ring if the Word rings in your life. That means the Lord rings in your life. See, some people, they claim the Lord, but not His worship. They claim His Lordship, but not His worship. But the Lordship, His worship comes from the Lordship. This is very, very simple to understand. This is very simple to grasp. I want you to think about this, meditate on this. If God has not touched you, if you have not had a real experience, you got to understand. You got to understand this live, this video. You got to understand what I'm saying. You have to understand what I'm saying. If you have not, and you're not walking in the Lordship and the Wordship, A lot of people is always talking about the kingdom, being kingdom minded, the kingdom, kingdom minded. But until you die, you grow. Sometimes they're trying to put new wine in an old wineskin. You can't do that. You can't put new wine in an old wineskin. And they have their reasons. A lot of people have their reasons for preaching and adding things to your life where you have not died. You have not died to the flesh. And they're motivating your flesh to the point where your flesh becomes supreme to you. You begin to rely on your flesh unto God. And this is where the doctrines of teachings of devils has came from. Because it's always pointing to self, but never to death. You can never know Jesus' Lordship unless you die with him. Unless you understand what that really means. When you understand what that really means, you'll see you won't see a lot of Christians when their reactions from peer pressure makes them act worldly. It won't happen. Listen to what I'm saying. It won't happen. I'm not saying that you won't address somebody. Paul has done it. Peter and them has done it. Address somebody on occasion. But you'll do it in the most powerful. You'll feel God. You'll feel God leading you. You could be working on a job and you want to address maybe something that was unfair. And you will address it because inside you've been in prayer, you've been talking to God and everything, and you have been addressed it, but not in the worldly attributes or worldly attitude or worldly gifts. It'll be to the point where it penetrates them in a way that it still resonate with them, that it's something different about you. You're not of the world. But when you see Christians on TV, on social media, and they begins to announce the things of the world is a part of their life, a part of their attitude, a part of their mind, that right there is denouncing that they have experienced death to self or dying to the flesh. Only having this theory, which is a fake picture of all the things that people lust for, that's the answer to life. All the things that people lust for in this world, cars, money, houses, even in their need, you can lust for things. But when you begin to really understand dying to self, where you live by your spirit, then those things will become different. They will become in their rightful understanding. You will have the right wisdom. You'll have the right knowledge. You'll have the right understanding as a child of God, not as a fake child of God who is known for being a saint, but their actions speaks loud that it preaches another doctrine. It doesn't grasp or abide in the worship of the Lordship. Bless you. This is Valentino. Stay tuned. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you become a part. If you want your spirit to be filled, if you want your mind to be filled by the Spirit, stay connected. There's more to come. Blessings. May the blessings of God be upon you.